Hello everyone. Today we're going to talk about something I've been getting a lot of questions about lately, probiotics. You see them everywhere now. In yogurt commercials, supplement aisles, even in skincare products. And the message is almost always the same. Take probiotics, fix your gut. But is it really that simple? Is probiotic always the answer? Let me walk you through what the research actually says, because I think a lot of people are spending money on something they don't fully understand yet. So first, let me give you a quick picture of what a probiotic actually is. Think of your gut like a massive, densely populated city. Trillions of microorganisms, bacteria, fungi, viruses, all living together in a very specific ecosystem. When that ecosystem is in balance, everything runs smoothly. Digestion works. The immune system is regulated. Even your mood is influenced by what's happening down there. Probiotics are essentially immigrants you're trying to bring into this city. The idea is that these new residents will improve the neighborhood. But here's the thing, not every neighborhood accepts every immigrant the same way. According to research published in the journal Cell in 2018, led by scientists at the Weizmann Institute of Science, something quite surprising was discovered. When participants were given a standard probiotic supplement after a course of antibiotics, which is exactly what most doctors and health influencers recommend, the probiotic bacteria actually delayed the recovery of the gut microbiome. In other words, instead of helping the gut bounce back, the probiotic bacteria colonized the gut and blocked the return of the person's own native bacteria. This was one of the most counterintuitive findings in gut health research in recent years, and it fundamentally challenged the idea that probiotics are a universal good. Now I want to be fair here. This doesn't mean probiotics are bad or useless. Research has consistently shown that specific strains of probiotics, taken in the right context, can be genuinely therapeutic. A meta-analysis published in The Lancet found that certain lactobacillus and bifidobacterium strains significantly reduce the duration of antibiotic-associated diarrhea. Studies on irritable bowel syndrome, a condition that affects a disproportionately high number of young adults, have also shown meaningful symptom improvement with targeted probiotic use. One study in the American Journal of Gastroenterology examined over 800 IBS patients and found that specific strains, not just any random probiotic, were associated with reduced bloating and improved bowel regularity. But here's where I want you to pause and really think. The key word in all of those findings is specific strains. Not all probiotics are the same. There are thousands of bacterial strains, and the research supports very particular ones for very particular conditions. When you walk into a pharmacy and grab a generic probiotic bottle that says 50 billion CFU on the label, that number tells you almost nothing about whether those bacteria are the right ones for what you're dealing with. It's like saying, I need a specialist surgeon, and someone handing you a random person in scrubs. A study in Frontiers in Microbiology raised another important point, something called colonization resistance. Your existing gut bacteria are territorial. They don't easily give up space to new arrivals, which is actually a good thing from an evolutionary standpoint. It means that in a healthy gut, probiotic bacteria often pass right through without establishing themselves at all. Researchers in this study found that whether or not a probiotic actually sticks to the gut depends heavily on the individual's baseline microbiome composition. Some people respond robustly, others show virtually no change at all. This brings me to something called personalized nutrition, which is becoming one of the most exciting and rapidly developing areas in gut health science. Researchers at the Weizmann Institute, the same group I mentioned earlier, did another study where they found that two people eating the exact same meal had completely different blood sugar responses. The same logic applies to probiotics. Your microbiome is as unique as your fingerprint. What works for your friend, or for the person in the supplement ad, may do absolutely nothing for you. Or in some rare cases, particularly in people with compromised immune systems or serious underlying conditions, probiotics can actually cause harm. Now I know what you might be thinking. Okay, so what should I actually do? And look, I get it. We all want a clear answer. But the honest truth is that before reaching for a probiotic, the more important question is, why is your gut struggling in the first place? Because often, the root issue isn't a lack of good bacteria, it's that you're not feeding the bacteria you already have. Research consistently shows that a diet rich in diverse plant foods, fiber, and fermented foods like kefir, kimchi, and miso naturally supports a healthier microbiome without the guesswork of supplementation. A landmark study published in Cell in 2021 directly compared a high-fiber diet with a fermented food diet and found that the fermented food group showed greater microbiome diversity and lower markers of inflammation. The gut is not broken by default. It's more resilient than we give it credit for. but it does respond to what you feed it, how much you sleep, how stressed you are, how much you move. Probiotics can be a powerful tool, but a tool only works when used correctly, for the right job, at the right time. So the next time you see a probiotic supplement being marketed as a cure-all, I want you to remember this: the science is far more nuanced than the marketing. Ask yourself what strain is in it, what condition it's been studied for, and whether there's evidence it actually colonizes the gut in people like you. And if you're dealing with a real digestive issue, please work with a healthcare professional who can guide you based on your individual situation. That's all for today's video. If you found this helpful, share it with someone who's been spending money on supplements without really knowing why. See you in the next one.